Disco Samurai is a confident dance partner who will intentionally step on your toes for not thinking on your feet. If you can keep up and improvise well enough, you'll dance all night to the groovy synthwave and hypnotic flow of this demanding, short but sweet rhythm combat slice 'em up. Let me break it down for you. Okay, if I had to describe this game using other games as a reference point, it's a sharp, isometric, rhythmic brawler that is closer to Sekiro's layered combat than not. It's got a dollop of Hotline Miami in its intentionally crunchy, lo-fi graphics, throwable objects, synthwave soundscape, and unlockable combat modifiers. It's got a sprinkling of Persona in the story department, in only so far as you play as unemployed rebellious dorks with character portraits fighting against a conspiratorial group of rotten adults in an alternate reality where you also magically gain fighting abilities. And it even has the little Battletoads of all things, as they included the speeder bike levels and made them even more complicated, but thankfully nowhere near as long and arduous. Now, some of you may be thinking that this game is ball-bustingly difficult with that kind of list of inspirations, and I want to be clear that this game is not as difficult as any of them. It has Sekiro-like combat with its strikes, parries, and guard breaking.
Guard, turn, parry, dodge, spear, thrust!
But no battle in Disco Samurai lasts as long as the average encounter in Sekiro, save for maybe the boss fights. Likewise, the combat is not as unforgiving as Hotline Miami's one-hit-and-you're-dead health system. You gotta beat the game first to unlock that. And the Battletoads speeder bike levels can be skipped too, thank God. Not judging if you like them, but man, they are still hard as fuck. You know what else goes as hard as fuck? The music. Just look at the way almost everything in the environment bounces to the beat of the music, like a diegetic metronome. The sounds of the slices and dices and the blades crashing together. It's all so fucking good. And when you do get into the flow of it, when every little part of the game comes together, you get something amazing. On screen right now is a handful of rhythm-focused combat games that I've organized into this totally objective ranking of how easy and forgiving they are on the left, and intentionally hard and unforgiving games towards the right. I would argue that Disco Samurai is somewhere in the middle, a little harder than Crypt of the Necrodancer, but not as demanding of perfection for extended periods of time like Thumper or Beat Saber. And I have beaten Sekiro, and that remains as one of the single hardest games I've ever beaten fully. To better illustrate how bad I am at it, let's look once more at howlongtobeat.com for the average playthrough length of Sekiro. Now, how long did it take for me to beat it once? I say all this because I had a real hard time with certain levels within Disco Samurai. She will step on your toes for not moving fast enough. I am not saying that the game is bad or lacking somehow because I struggled. I am saying this because if I can get through this game, you can too. Each new chapter thankfully resets the difficulty by a bit, leaving me with this highly scientific graph depicting the overall difficulty as being this fun roller coaster design. This is good difficulty implementation. What's more is that each stage has a certain number of enemies, each with predefined combos. So, if you're like me, you can learn what those combos are through sheer repetition, which isn't the most fun way to enjoy this game, granted, but it does level the playing field for people like me who suck at rhythm games. It also roughly took me about 5.5 hours to complete the game's 80-ish combat stages, but I also don't think that the game ran out of ideas in those 80-ish levels. For the asking price of about $10, give or take, it really doesn't need to be much more than that to feel satisfied with the content and the experience of this game. It does have that previously mentioned unlockable one-hit and you're dead difficulty, but it also has custom music support, which is awesome. It means I can do stuff like this.
Hit it, Johnny.
Or whatever else you want. For the sake of fairness, I do have one minor critique to levy against the game. Two, actually. The story is serviceable. It's fine. It does have dramatic moments that help propel you to finishing the game. And the other thing is that I want this game to have an endless mode. That would be awesome. And that's honestly the worst thing I can say about the game. And that, in of itself, should show how f***ing awesome this game is. To summarize, Disco Samurai is a tough but fair rhythm action game well worth the asking price, with engaging combat, great music, and a third thing that makes the sentence sound better.
Oh, and if I haven't completely sold you on the game yet, there's a free demo you can check out on Steam right now.
And just one more thing. Please don't send me any more rhythm-based games. I only have so much time to play games. I am a broken husk of an old man who occasionally makes YouTube essays. Do you think I really have any sense of rhythm or dance? Do you think I'm really hitting up the clubs and tearing up the dance floor with my Crash Bandicoot dance? That was rhetorical. Don't answer that.